All right, welcome to this explainer on the GLP-1 Survival Playbook. We're jumping straight into what is literally the most critical strategic briefing for gym owners right now because, let's face it, we are staring down the biggest market shift in 40 years. We are moving from an industry completely built on weight loss to a post-weight loss reality. So, let's get into it.
I really want you to ask yourself, what happens to your business when the one outcome you've sold for decades, weight loss, is suddenly handled by a syringe? Seriously, for 40 years, gyms have marketed themselves as the ultimate destination to burn calories and shrink the scale. But now, that primary promise is being fulfilled by the medical field, and honestly, with way less friction.
I love this quote from Matt Weaver because it hits the nail on the head. GLP-1 medications are not killing gyms. They are exposing them. The medical weight loss revolution isn't destroying fitness at all. It's really just auditing a broken business model. It's exposing the gyms that were basically just selling calorie burn and, sweat entertainment rather than genuine, lasting physical capacity. To put the sheer scale of this into perspective, as of November 2025, 12% of U.S. adults are currently taking a GLP-1 drug. Think about that number, 12%. That means the medical shortcut to weight loss is officially mainstream. It's absolutely not a passing diet trend. It's a fundamental, foundational shift in how the population handles weight management, especially for adults over 50.
Okay, moving right along to Section 1, the industry's original sin, selling the scale. Look, we kind of trained the market to leave us. Think back to the 1980s. We carved off a section of the gym for aerobics, teaching people to chase this idea of tone rather than actual strength. Then, around 2004, the challenge era made extreme suffering the price of weight loss. Jump to 2020, people realized they could just sweat at home for convenience. And now, the GLP-1 reckoning. The prescription owns the scale. We slowly, almost accidentally, changed the gym's promise from walk in weak, walk out stronger, to a desperate pursuit of just getting smaller.
So, the absolutely crucial takeaway here is that you can no longer compete on calorie burn. If your marketing still says lose 20 pounds before summer, you are picking a fight with a massive pharmaceutical company. And spoiler alert, you're going to lose. You have to pivot. You must own what the medication cannot fix. You literally have to own the biology underneath the scale.
Which leads us to Section 2, exposing the muscle gap, the true enemy. We call this the muscle gap. It's the space between weight lost and capability preserved. Right now, the scale is lying to people. It's telling them they're succeeding, while they are rapidly and very quietly losing the skeletal structural tissue they need to actually survive the back half of their lives. Someone can lose 30 pounds on a GLP-1 and feel amazing, but if 10 of those pounds are lean muscle mass, they are quietly becoming incredibly fragile. We have got to stop selling muscle as just an aesthetic goal. We need to start explaining it as the absolute foundation for functional independence and dignity. Muscle is infrastructure, not vanity. It's what gets you up from the floor. It's what lets you carry all your groceries in one trip, climb stairs with confidence, or play with your grandkids. The modern gym's job is to defend these specific real-world capabilities. Period. Let's look at the solution in Section 3, the Strongevity Pivot, the new mission. A Strongevity gym is not the enemy of the prescription. It's the partner to it. You don't have to shame the drug or act like the medical route is cheating, because it's not. Instead, you step up as a medically adjacent interpreter of their body composition. You look your client in the eye and say, hey, the weight you are losing is real, and that's great, but now it's our job to protect the muscle that actually keeps you strong. Notice the massive contrast here between the old model and the Strongevity model. We are completely transitioning away from selling punishment, extreme sweat, and short-term urgency with discounted trials. Instead, we're selling muscle preservation, long-term identity, competence, and premium care. You're moving from being a cheap, replaceable commodity to a premium service that literally protects a person's future. And the economics completely reflect that value. We're talking $497 to $997. That is the cash value of a 4-week muscle protection program entry point. It proves that when you stop selling cheap 30-day sweat trials and start selling measurable diagnostics like body composition scans and true strength baselines, you can finally charge what the outcome is actually worth. All right, let's get into the tactical execution on the gym floor. Section 4, the 5 rules of muscle protection. You can't just slap a new Strongevity logo on your old boot camp. You need clinical precision here. There are 5 non-negotiable rules for a muscle protection program. Every trainer in your facility must memorize and execute these. This is the framework that guarantees you're actually closing that muscle gap for your clients. Let's break them down quickly.
Rule 1, resistance training is the floor. If you can't clearly explain what a member is lifting, tracking, and improving week over week, well, you don't really have a muscle preservation program. You just have exercise attendance. The workout has to be built around fundamental human movements. We're talking the squat, the hinge, the push, the pull, the carry, bracing, rotating, and simply getting up.
Rule 2 dictates that the load must be heavy enough to actually matter. Now, heavy is relative to the individual, sure, but it has to be challenging enough to force real adaptation. Tone is an expensive lie, folks. Pink dumbbells do not preserve quadriceps, they just preserve membership inertia. We have to banish that myth, because as we age, physical weakness is way more dangerous than lifting weights.
Rule 3, protein is programmed. This is a core coached behavior now, not just some supplement to upsell at the front desk. Because GLP-1 users have heavily suppressed appetites, they are eating significantly less overall. If you don't actively intervene on their daily protein targets, you are literally losing the muscle preservation war before the workout even begins. It requires direct coaching.
This brings us to Rule 4, which completely changes how we view cardio. We have to change the old question we used to ask at the end of a session. Instead of asking, how many calories did you burn today? We need to be asking, what are we doing to keep you strong while the weight comes off? Cardio is fine, it's a great supporting cast member, but a client on a GLP-1 needs a muscle preservation system, not a calorie incinerator.
And finally, Rule 5, program recovery exactly like you program training. Adults over 40 who are operating in a steep caloric deficit need structure and rest to allow all that strength work to actually take hold. That means clear sleep targets, stress awareness, and at least one full rest day. Absolutely no chaotic boot camps, no punishment workouts, and definitely no guilt trips. So, as we wrap up this explainer, I really want to let this sink in. The prescription owns weight loss. Your gym must own what comes next. The era of the weight loss gym is over. The discount challenge funnel, it's dying. But the era of the muscle protection facility, the gym that truly defends longevity and independence, that is a wide-open, highly profitable frontier. Which leaves us with one final, absolutely crucial question. What does the next 10 years of your business look like? Are you going to keep fighting a losing war against a syringe, trying to sell weight loss to a market that has already moved on? Or are you going to step up, pivot your model to Strongevity, and actually defend the physical independence of your community? The choice is entirely yours.